Agent Power Huddle is a daily jumpstart, giving you all the tools you need to create an amazing real estate career. Led by top experts in the field, you'll learn how to sell more houses in less time while creating the life you want. Welcome to the Agent Power Huddle.
Hi, I hope everyone is having an awesome morning, and I hope everyone has their coffee here this morning. I am talking this morning about first-time home buyers. I am really excited to share about this because I was referral only and just being a team lead for the past 2 years at EXP. This is my third year at EXP, but I was really excited to start doing first-time homebuyer classes again with my lender, Mike, who's actually on here. Hi, buddy. And in Washington State, you have to be trained by Washington State Housing Commission to give a first-time homebuyer class in order to talk about and give them their certificates so they qualify for the down payment assistance. So I went and redid my training and can do the classes now. That is how I have had the joy of probably one of my favorite parts of the job is giving keys to first-time home buyers. I don't know if you guys have done that, but it is pretty much awesome. Yay, Washington. Yes, I live in Lakewood. My team, the Epic Home Team, is licensed out of the Seattle office. We were a brokerage in Kirkland, Washington called Nexus Realty, where I was the designated broker for years before we moved over to EXP. So I figure, let's see here. I'm not sure if I can share or not. Yes, I can. Yay. I'm going to share my presentation. Nope. Here we go. Can you guys see my screen?
Yes.
So your first time home buying comprehensive guide. So what I did is basically get my first time home buyer packet and create this today. So you guys are seeing this real time. This is what I send out when I have buyers. So this is me. Yes, when I actually put on makeup maybe once a month. We have an in-person group that I go to called the Silver Superheroes. That is for seniors age 55 plus. My husband runs an estate sale company. So I do a lot of estates and seniors. One of the craziest things, sorry, I'm getting a little off topic, but I always want to share about the Silver Superheroes and talk about the group that you have around yourself is so, so important. Whether you're working with first-time home buyers or you've been in the business forever, you want to have a guide for everything to refer any client to. So I've got my Silver Superheroes that has Medicaid, Medicare, estate planning attorneys. I mean, everyone that they could possibly need when they get 55 and over. You know, for first-time home buyers, you want to make sure you've got all of your contractors in place. You've got all of your inspectors, your lenders, everyone that they're going to need to help walk them through this process. So here's me. My team is the Epic Home Team. The important thing that you need to go through with them, and I may not get through the whole packet here because I'm just going to kind of hit bullet points. You guys can fill in the blanks, of course. Getting pre-approved. What's involved with getting pre-approved? A lot of people don't know. You got to have your 2 years of W-2s. You got to have 2 months bank statements, all of that good stuff. And it goes through credit. How much money do you need to have to buy a home? That's always the loaded question. A lot of people think they need 20% down. You don't. Why I have y'all here, there is a new program in Washington that's coming out. It is called the Covenant Program. If you have a client whose family lived here before 1968 and could have been discriminated against. So that could be any group. It could be Hispanic. It could be, and you can go to the Washington State Housing Commission to kind of find out, but they can qualify for up to $150,000 in free grants. So that's pretty cool. Or it's not a grant. It's a lien that you never have interest or payments on. pretty big difference in what you qualify for with that. So it goes through the process there. We go through owning versus renting. This is probably one of the few times that owning can be less expensive than renting when you look at the tax benefits, all of that stuff, right? Also, they're building equity rather than just watching prices jump through the roof. And Washington, that's what's happening, right? So goes through who everybody is in the transaction, because what I find is you want to tell people what you're going to tell them, and then tell them what you told them. You need to go through the process multiple times. You cannot just say, oh, yeah, you got to go through title and escrow and expect them to remember. Go through it multiple times. You're going to feel like you're talking to kids, but I have 6 of those, so I am very used to repeating myself. And yes, no stepchildren. I birthed all 6. People always ask, so there you go. I have 6 little people, and then I have 5 dogs. So if you see my dogs running around outside, they're out there having their morning snack and all that good stuff. So go over the buying process again, right? Meet with the lender, meet with the realtor, view properties, write an offer. It gets accepted, earnest money, inspection, complete other contingencies. Then appraisal. Then the mortgage application is not actually fully done, even though people now are getting fully underwritten before they write an offer. You're not actually fully putting the entire application in until you have the appraisal. So always remember that. We've got different forms about appraisal waiver, what happens if you have a low appraisal here. So make sure you're up to date on all of your forms for your state. Then it goes into what goes into an offer. I know you guys already do that, negotiating a purchase price, pre-approval versus pre-qualification, goes through some myths and facts about buying a home, right? Little snapshot, programs for first-time home buyers. Then it tells them again, this is what I'm going to tell you. This is what I told you. So then it, at the end, just says, if you're pre-approved, meet with a mortgage lender. If not, meet with a or once you get pre-approved, you meet with a realtor. So I went through that insanely quickly. I know. So let me know. Does anyone have any questions? Do you guys have first-time homebuyer packets that are different from your buyer's packets? I can see people, but I can't hear anybody. So I don't know if you can unmute if you have questions or if you just want to have me keep going. So, sorry, my husband walked in and is standing here. So I know that he has a question about starting his day, but I am hosting this. So I'm trying to get you guys what you need to get going. Does anyone want any of these sent out?
It's me.
I did.
Yeah, that would be beautiful.
That would be great.
Awesome. Very cool. I am happy to send out this packet or really any others. I've been doing it for 26 years, so I have a lot of stuff that I've amassed over time. My buyer's packets, this is specifically just for first-time home buyers, and I'm happy to send it to Autumn, and she can send it out to everyone who was on. And, I think it's just really important to educate people and give them as much information as you possibly can. So happy to always help other fellow EXP brokers as well as, realtors anywhere. I've had brokers from other brokerages ask me, oh, I sent in an offer and I never got it because they didn't send it correctly, and walk them through the whole process. They didn't understand Authentisign and a lot of other stuff. So working with people rather than putting them down or, not being helpful, I don't believe in that at all. So I think sharing is caring, and it also helps move the entire industry forward. So awesome. I don't know if Autumn's on. Does anyone else have any questions for me about any of the stuff I went through? I feel like I threw a lot of information at you guys. So does everyone already have all their professionals lined up for their buyers? Yes, I see a couple nods. That's good. Because one of the things that I did to really build my sphere of influence and the contractors and the inspectors, all of that stuff, is going ahead and joining a B&I group. I think that is a great way. Any networking group, really. Silver Superheroes is one networking group that I am a part of. I'm still a part of B&I. You're going to have contractors and different people that let you down and you have to replace. I've had to do that many, many times throughout careers. So, yeah. Anybody have anything else? Questions? Comments? Just want the packet? That's it? Like, you have me live right now, guys. Ask me anything. I'm good.
Do you have, you said you had a lot of stuff that you're willing to share. Your a listing presentation?
I actually don't have a listing presentation.
Oh, really?
People are going to freak out at that, right? Because I'm pretty listing heavy. Last year, I think I did 26 of my personal listings, but I also gave birth that year. So I had a newborn, number 6, and worked an insane amount. So I really just go in. Do I have a seller's packet? Yeah, that I can send out to people who are like, oh, I'm thinking about listing, that tells them what to do to prepare for their selling. Then it has a little video about what I've closed, what my team has done, that type of stuff. But when I go in, it's just me. I'm probably
When you don't do a PowerPoint or anything, you don't do a PowerPoint, you just talk to them.
No, I just talk to them. A lot of the times I'm working with my husband and he's doing the estate sale and I'm doing the listing. These people are going through a lot. I'm not trying to sit down and give them a PowerPoint presentation. They just like lost their parents or, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
No. And then the rest of my business is referral only. So they already know me. They already know someone who went through the process with me. Most of them follow me on my Facebook page for the Epic Home Team. So they see what I do for social media. They've seen it. You know, I don't have to tell them. And if they want to see it, I'll just pull up my phone and show them this is what my listings look like, just right off an app. And I can text them because I have kind of 2 ways of preparing a house. Either I stage it or I virtually stage it. And I let them guess which ones are virtually staged versus staged. And 9 times out of 10, they get it wrong. Because I pay my photographer to do my virtual staging. So it's not brownie box or something that I tried to do myself. It looks really, really good. So I like to show them that and kind of compare that for them. But
Okay.
I don't have a listing PowerPoint at all.
Yeah, that's probably, that's a good idea to just go through a PowerPoint, other than the comps.
Here, for newer people, because I always email my CMA before I ever go out to meet with them. So they have a copy of their comparative market analysis before I'm ever meeting with them. Now, usually before I've seen the house, it has a range on there of the value, but I don't bring anything in with me when I'm meeting with them because I really just want to be there with them and have a conversation, see how, how they're doing. Now, when I was starting out, of course, I had a listing presentation and I would go through them and it was paper because I like to leave them with something. But now I don't, because I feel like I've given them kind of the pertinent information before meeting with them. And, the info about me, the info about my team, what to expect. So I think in the beginning, it's important to have a listing presentation for sure. I know EXP has a few that you can download or you can get through World. I can't hear if you're talking. You're muted.
Oh yeah.
I called me.
So yeah, I have a listing presentation, but I liked your first time buyer presentation. So I said, oh well. She said she had a lot of stuff, so
Yeah,
that's why. Okay.
and I send out I send a lot of videos now. Save them on YouTube, right? Talking about different topics. So if someone has a question, I also save for training my brokers, trainings on my YouTube as well. So I send those out. I just feel like seeing someone and having them talk is a better way to kind of communicate rather than just here's a paper presentation. So video, definitely would say if you can do a video that you can save to send out, that I think is also a really great tool that a lot of people do not utilize. Anybody?
Thank you.
Of course. Any other questions? I'm actually really excited to be here because I haven't done anything with the Agent Collective until now. I've been at EXP, but like I said, I've had a very busy last couple of years. My starting out here, and it has definitely. I'm excited to be on and share and start connecting with the community. Sorry, guys, I just saw the comments. So Des asked, how can a younger agent get better at networking with older agents? Easy. Invite them, be like, hey, can I sit down and talk with you? 9 times out of 10, people are going to say yes. I get new agents asking me all the time, hey, because I'm technically a mentor at EXP, but I've never taken a mentee. But I am a mentor. I just haven't done it yet. And that's a great way if you have a mentor. If you have a team lead, start networking with them. Go to their networking groups with them, right? So you went to the listing appointment yesterday, MG Hannon, and just had a conversation and it went super well. Yep. People are used to being overloaded with emails, and we all get spammed. You know, when people ask for our business, we get the same thing, right? It's so nice to just be present and talk with people and have an actual conversation. I love that. So, sorry guys, I'm scrolling through this to make sure. Sorry, scroll. I'm like, okay, there we go. Hey, Mike. This is my leader, Mike England. He's with.
Hi, everyone. Lori, great job. I love what you're doing here. And I just want to say I'm Lori's lender. Do the home buyer classes with her. Been doing them for many years, longer than even her. She started when she was 12, I think, right? So what, I'm just curious if anybody's in Washington State, we might invite them to our covenant program event tomorrow via Zoom, right? Or in person.
It's in
doing a hybrid.
Feel free. If you have questions on it, you can look up Epic Home Team on Facebook. Me, I'm Lorraine Parker. I go by Lori. When people call me Lorraine, I feel like I'm in trouble, but you know how it is. We got to use our real legal names in real estate. So if someone has a complaint, they can find us to complain about us to the state. Found out the hard way with cards because I was a former designated broker. So when they came in to do an audit, they looked at my card and said, Lori, who's Lori? And I was like, oh, that's what I go by. And they're like, no, it has to have Lorraine on your cards. I was like, so anyways, just side note, if you didn't know that, make sure you put your real full name on your cards. So yeah. And this is Mike, and he and I have worked together for a while. And I love that my lender came to the Agent Huddle because he loves to share about stuff, and we do our first time home buyer classes together. So All right. And let's see here. Tony, did you have a question?
I actually had the same situation, Lorraine or Lori, because I go by Tony all the time. And so when I switch brokerages, what the real estate commission told me is I could do Tanella, Tony, Glenn. So now my license says Tanella, Tony, Glenn, and I can put Tony Glenn on my cards.
Oh, which state are you in?
Georgia.
Ah, so we can put our shortened name in the middle on our cards, but we have to have our full name. So
Oh,
Lori's Cat, they said that we had to do that because we have to be able to have people contact the real estate commission with a complaint to know who we are. And if we're not using our real name. And the other thing, here's a fun fact about me. My last name has changed multiple times. And so when you have like different names, they have to keep track of it. My AKA sheet, I feel like I understand what a criminal record feels like now because I have so many last names. So.
AKAs.
Oh yeah, it's hilarious when you go to buy a house and they have all the AKA sheets when you're signing. You have to look through and acknowledge every name you've gone by. It's real, guys. So
I have a real question though. You may not be able to help, but I thought about it as you were going through it, which is what drew me to the class today is, we're going through a lot of changes, of course, with the buyers side. And so some agents are kind of shying away from buyers, but that has been my passion. And so because they're building so many apartment communities in the area that I am, brand new apartments to rent and single family homes for renters. And so I had the aha to target renters and, kind of farm those areas and for first time home buyers. But I don't have, that's why I said those slides would be great because this is a brand new idea that I'm birthing, but not sure where to start. I mean, my team lead did say, you want to go get your, ABR. I'm working on that. Yes. So I'm doing, the steps and things, but I just wanted to see what you would recommend as far as, getting out there, getting those, setting up those seminars and things.
Find out
The webinars. I'm sorry.
Your lender, right? Find out, hey, do we have down payment assistance in this state? What do I need to do to be able to talk about those programs? Here it's a 2-day class. Right? You go and you do the class and then you have your certificate. So talk to your lender or your team lead about that. Then you can host first time homebuyer classes. And I would do it, basically you want to build a Facebook community for those areas where you're the admin, right? And people can talk about anything going on. Then whenever you're doing the class, you post in there about the class. That's a very cheap way because if they're new, they're not going to have a Facebook group.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
So you create that group so that they come in there and they all talk about, hey, this is somebody's dog keeps coming out. The stuff you'll see, you're going to be like,
yes.
screen you because I've done it, right? So create the Facebook group. And that way you're not, having to always farm. Another really fun thing to do, they actually do in my neighborhood is drinks in the driveway.
Mm-hmm.
You do something and you have to check about laws and rules and regulations, right? I always say that, but get like them together. Like, is there a community park that's around near all of these new apartments? Mm-hmm. Hey, get to know your neighbors, invite them, print flyers, put them up on all the little billboards, all that stuff. Go with whatever you need.
I love it. Thank you.
Happy to help. Yes. Anybody else? I'm sorry, you guys. I'm not great at checking the chat. And so please just shout out. I know that sounds weird. People are always like, no, don't do that. I'm like, please just shout it out. Does anybody else have questions? No? Well, I hope that all of you, yes, tell us how it went. When you go out there, share. Make sure you're sharing within the community here that you're part of the Agent Collective with your team. Share what the results are so that everyone can try different things. I think sharing across the country, across the world, since EXP is in other countries now, I think it's really cool to communicate via workplace, via like any of the ways that we have to communicate, right? And share results, share how things went. Oh, that was just something else. Okay. Sorry, guys. Like I said, I'm not great at the chat thing, but awesome. I hope all of you guys end up icons next year. I think I hit it again this year. I don't know. It'll be my 3rd year being an icon, and it's totally worth it. If you guys haven't looked at the icon program, it's awesome. You get stock back. So even though I pay as the team lead my full cap, my team, because we're a mega team, I'm using terms and doing this because I've never been to an EXP event, guys. Just so we're clear, I've scouted people without ever trying. Anyone in my downline, I've just come across, right? So basically, you get back your entire cap in stock by becoming an icon. So if you want EXP to basically pay you to make money, definitely look at the program. If you have questions, you guys are totally free to email me. It's just lorraine.parker@exprealty.com. Myself or one of my assistants will always answer emails. If you want to set up a time to chat with me, feel free. I'm super available for my team and always happy to help anyone. So thanks for taking time out of your Thursday morning to come and hear me talk about first-time homebuyers and a whole lot of other stuff. And I just really appreciate you guys being on.
Thank you for your time. This was excellent.
Okay.
Have a great day, everyone.
You too.
If you'd like more information or to get connected to the Agent Power Huddle, join our free Facebook group. This call was designed for the agents in our EXP organization, but open to any agent from any brokerage. If you're a guest and you're interested in learning more about EXP or our specific resources within the Agent Collective, reach out to the person who invited you to this call to get more info. Produced by the Agent Collective Media Network.